enjoy today's host. Today, this is the Kids Talk Show program. So we are proudly sponsored by Nyamata Collections. They are dealers in gowns, traditional wares for maids for hire, council for hire, traditional jewelry, bridal jewelry, party bags, wristbands, also the wedding rings and engagement rings. So I would like to inform you that today this is the Kids Talk Show, which is there every Sunday at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m.
You can watch the Kids Talk Show by downloading it on Google Play or on the App Store, or you can watch it on all our social media platforms. Let it be TikTok, let it be YouTube, let it be Instagram, and we'll always be there.
So today we have a very special guest here, and I think he's known by the whole of Uganda. So I'd like him to introduce himself.
Yeah, I'm Alex Ruhunda, Member of Parliament for Poto Tourism City, Central Division. I am glad to be here in the studio hosted by the young stars.
Okay, thank you very much for introducing yourself. So guys, I would like to tell you that this is the biggest person in the whole Fort Portal city who represents our city in the Ugandan Parliament. So I would like to tell you that we are now going for a short break, but we are coming back. Stay tuned. Welcome back from that short break. So I would like to introduce my co-host here, and his name is Muhimbo Christian. So I would like to give our special guest here a simple question. So Mr. Alex, since you're a research consultant, can you please inform the outside viewers who a consultant is?
A consultant is somebody who has the skills and knowledge of searching for information that must fix a particular challenge of society or any given institution.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I heard that you are the founding chairperson of the Parliamentary Forum for Road Safety.
Surely.
So how are you fighting to improve road safety for the children?
Yeah, that is a very good question. We have, first of all, we love the children. We want you to have a bright future.
Thank you.
And we have been encouraging the society, especially schools that are located within the main roads. The speed limit must go as low as 30 kilometers per hour.
So, Mr. Alex,
yeah.
What can you do to a person who doesn't follow the speed limits?
Yes, I was still finishing this question now. You have come in quickly, but we are first of all doing a sensitization campaign, raise awareness to make people know that it is important. Their lives matter. Everyone's life matter. And when you are behind the wheel, you have to be in position to take responsibility of what is outside. And people, young children can be crossing the roads. Sometimes they may not follow the rules. So it is you who is behind the wheel who has to be aware that I'm going through a school. And if you break the law, like you have asked me, then you have to be arrested, first of all. if you cause accident and kill a child out of carelessness, now we changed the law. That is murder. You have killed somebody, and that is now murder, because out of carelessness you have killed an innocent soul.
So now, if it's because of, these days, these roads have potholes, and these potholes can sometimes cause accidents. Now it was a mistake. Is it still punishable by law?
Well, first of all, you are not supposed to drive at a high speed. That is number one. Number two, the pothole has not just come up. Maybe it has stayed for a while. So it means you have to go slow as you enter the pothole. But at the same time, you have to inform, depending on where the pothole is, you have to inform UNRWA, if it is on the main highway, that there are these potholes that must be fixed. If it is within the city of Fort Portal, you have to alert the city authorities and say, please come and fix this pothole. It can cause accident.
So, and to add on that point of potholes, if let's say like you have corrupt officials who like you go and report to, but then like the person who was driving was careless, like intentionally, and then you have other corrupt officials who were working with that person, what can you do to the corrupt officials?
Yeah, there are laws. There is what we call the Anti-Corruption Act. In the laws in Parliament that must punish corrupt officials. As you have seen, sometimes these corrupt officials, they get arrested. But also, the population, the public, they must get annoyed with these people who are corrupt. They must really put pressure. Because you see, when people are corrupt and then people are not talking about them, they are not really hitting on them that they are really stealing public resources, then they continue. They think that is a good practice. But people must hate corruption. They must fight. It's like cheating exams. You go and then that is also corruption when you go and cheat exam. So you have to know that it is my duty to study, and then I don't have to cheat. Then you also know when you have a job, you must work and you don't steal public resources.
So what is your role when it comes to the parliamentary committee?
Actually now, because one is we make laws, and of recently we did an amendment of the road safety, the Traffic Act. Now we did some amendments to put provision for technology, because now there are cameras that we introduced on the roads. Before they were not there. Then we had to see how do we give punitive measure penalties. Before, like you would overspeed, you would overtake in a corner, and you can kill people. So we said that one, if you are overspeeding and driving recklessly, then they give you a charge of 2 million. Now you see. So that becomes now a very tough measure. But also we do what we call advocacy. Like I was elected the chairperson, African legislatures on road safety. So I take the whole of Africa. Yeah. So Uganda and then the whole of Africa I was elected. So now I have to move to different countries to see that like at the African Union, that is what takes the whole of Africa, the governments of all of Africa. They made the charter that pushes governments to put road safety as number one in their laws. So now I have to move to different countries to see that they ratify the charter, the parliaments they embrace that. So now I'm left with around like 5 countries to see that this charter goes through. But you see, that on that part, we have to keep telling people that you must prevention. Do you know the word prevention?
Yes. Yes.
Like you can know that there is a problem, and then you are aware that there is a problem ahead there.
So you try to prevent it.
You try, yes, you avoid it. Because if you know that if I overtake in a corner, chances are
You hit
that I will find another car coming, and then it will be a head-on collision, and then life would be lost. What if I become patient and I don't overtake in a corner? Then it means I have avoided a problem. That is a problem you can avoid. So we have to do a lot of campaigns. Sometimes you have to check the brake systems, and know that I'm going for a long journey. You go and check the brakes. So, but sometimes people, they don't do that, and then especially these big lorries, the big lorries, they go and they crash. Oh, it is terrible. They kill people. So we have had a lot of problems with that. But we have to continue telling people that we must prevent, because all the accidents you see on the roads, 95% they are human error. It means they can be prevented, they can be avoided.
So now, if it's like the vehicle, okay, the human being did not check if the car has any problems or any conditions.
because of ignorance.
Okay, so how can you deal with such a case if the person, is very ignorant?
Yeah, first of all, you are supposed to go to a driving school before you go to drive. 2, there are laws, there are traffic laws, traffic regulations. There are traffic charts that they are, they have all road signs. They tell you, here you go 50 kilometers. You are entering a trading center.
I'm very sorry to interrupt you,
Yes.
but if, is the government planning to put any traffic lights in Fort Portal?
Yeah, as the
Because as we are seeing,
as the city grows, those lights have to come.
it's only Kampala, which in the whole of Uganda, I think it's only Kampala which has
There are
traffic
also
lights.
other places. I saw traffic lights in Hoima City.
Yeah,
I saw
like
traffic
in
lights in
Jinja.
Gulu. It is only because they were going to have traffic lights here in our middle of the city when they were constructing, but they said they preferred roundabouts than lights. So, but as the city expands, these lights of course will have to come. But now we still have low traffic.
Oh, so are you is there any plan apart from, are you saying that there can be any accidents on those roundabouts? Like a person is coming from the other side and another is coming from this side. And now as they're all going to turn, they have some small conditions.
No, the roundabout, you have to keep left. So there is no way the cars can meet unless the ones entering, they don't respect the ones who are already in. So the roundabout itself is designed to slow down, because that means that is a busy place where roads are entering in between. You have four entry points. So then a roundabout, it makes sure that everyone respects whoever enters the roundabout first. The other one has to wait.
Okay. Our dear viewers, have you heard this? Please pay attention, because it's an MP, a member of parliament, who is telling us such important information about road safety. So can you give us the advice to the young people outside there about the keeping of road safety? The young children who always play on the road.
Yeah, they are for the young children. Actually, I don't know whether they are doing it at your school, in your different schools, because they used to teach us when we were in primary as young children. They taught us how to cross the road,
Actually,
They would tell us, you look at the right, you look at the left, and then right again, and then you cross. Are they teaching you that?
Yeah, they are.
Ah, they are still doing that.
Yes.
So that is very good because it's a must. And if you look at the statistics, many children, the pedestrians, people walking, many children, they lose lives. So it means that they have to be very careful, and you know, you don't have to. You see, following rules. Actually, I have to tell you, you begin at your younger age loving following rules, because even when they teach you in class, they tell you to be attentive, isn't it? There is even a class monitor who has to make sure people are following the rules. But if you love the rules, you succeed. But if you want to break the rules, then you become a failure, because you want to break the rules, but the rules are there to protect your life. The elders, when they tell you, please don't do this, they want you to be alive for a long time. Because do you know that your assets, you are a very big assets. You know that because you see now, you know what you want to be in future.
Yes.
What do you want?
I want to become a lawyer.
Aha, now you see, you will be thinking a lot for the country and following, making laws and applying them. And you want to be what?
An inventor.
Making
this technology.
Innovator, now you see. So when you become an inventor and you are innovative, you become so productive. Like now you see, we are here, somebody made an app. Now we are online with 4TV. So somebody innovated. But if you now, if we allow you to die early, that's a loss. It becomes a loss. So we want you to live longer, such that you become a very important person.
Okay, so is it true that you're the founder of KRC?
Yeah.
It's a radio station, right?
Yeah, there is a KRC, a research organization, KRC Uganda, and then it has also a radio.
So, do you use that radio to inform the people, the general public, about road safety and?
You see, it's like now we are here on 4TV. We are trying to pass information to the viewers, people who are viewing us. So we have to the same thing with the radio. So as a research organization, we collect information. When we collect that information, then we must give it to the public, share it out. And then you can only share it out when you are using a radio or a TV like we are doing. So that's what we usually do. It's not only about road safety. Road safety is a small component, but we talk about development. It can be in areas of health.
So,
yeah.
Do you work with, do you also love technology?
Of course. I love technology. That's why I joined some colleagues. We started the Bridge Institute of Information Technology. Yeah, that is where we are going, smart city. Now you are being smart. Right now you are being smart, isn't it? Because we are using technology. The parents are viewing you. They are now having smartphones. They can be able to view and say, "My God, my daughter! Look at my daughter. She's there." And now we are passing on information. So technology is very, very important, and we now want to have a city. A smart city. We want to make technology as number one driver of Fort Portal tourism city.
But it's going to be very tough because we have other districts in Uganda which already have improved technology. Like there's this time when I went to Entebbe, it had a billboard, a huge one.
Yes.
And the pictures were changing. Pictures kept changing.
Yes. And we shall have that here in Fort Portal as well.
So, yes. What will you be putting on the billboard? will you be putting first the ones for road safety or cartoons or movies? Or
Now you see, you love cartoons. So this a billboard is for advertisement. So different companies, they show their products. So when you have a billboard, somebody wants to attract you, please, I have a good suit, you buy it, a nice suit, you buy it, come and buy. And it's a nice beads, you come. So you see them on billboards, then you are attracted. So that is the use of a billboard. It is giving a message to the public. Sometimes it's a campaign. They say prevention, like HIV, people telling people to avoid getting HIV. You see billboards.
So, are you in any clubs at all?
Which type of clubs? They have so many clubs.
Are you in any Rotary club?
Rotary Club of Kabarole. I used to be an assistant governor. I went up to assistant governor.
Wow.
And there is what they call a Paul Harris. A Paul Harris is somebody who has given $1,000 to Rotary. So I moved as far as that. I have football clubs.
Wow. So you also got the charity
I'm a patron of Toro Province. I'm also a patron of Toro Queens, the girls who play. And I'm a patron of the athletic club, the Kabarole club. I'm a patron. And
how about circles?
Oh, there are so many circles.
Yeah, which ones? Which ones are you engaged to the most?
We have Nixoboka Sako, we have Nywan Sako, we have Kabegel to Yombeke Sako, there's the Kachwamba Sako, the Kidukuru Sako, we have...
and what do you do in those circles?
Well, I help, first of all, I am a researcher. And much of my time, I'm a researcher and also a designer of modules, a designer of products, an innovator like you want to be. So I collect information. So I did a study in the whole of East Africa on agricultural lending. And then out of that, I designed what we call the microfinance associations. So I've been establishing these when I was still in KRC as executive director. So I was doing this work across the region. So I have so many circles in Kasese, in Chegegwa, in Kamwenge, in Chenjojo, so in Bundubujo. So I had so many around the region.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell us more about the topic, the government's plan for the young people?
Yeah, first of all, Uganda, 70% of the population is below 25 years of Uganda. And then we have like 50%, they are below 18. You can imagine we have the youngest population in the world. So we every plan that we do has to touch the young people. First of all, the massive campaign for immunization to make sure that these children, they don't get sick, these diseases that would wipe your lives out. Then we look at the UPE, such that every child can have a chance to go to school. Then there is the USE. Then when you manage, this is for real children who are from poor background.
Okay.
Yeah, but also we did the privatization of schools, such that those who have money like yours and you, they can go to these schools like Green Sako and Vanya Teresa. So government allowed the private education to make sure people go to school, because that is very, very important. Unfortunately, majority, they fall out. Like when you see enrollment for primary is around 2 million, but those who finish P7, they are 702,000. Now you see, you ask yourself, where is the 1.3 million? Where are they going, these children? That is now a question researchers we are asking ourselves. Where are these children going? Because majority they enroll for primary, but then they don't complete P7. And then when we move to senior 4, it goes further and drops to 300,000. Then where are these 400 going? You see? Then when you go to A level, you are now in around 98,000. Can you imagine that? And then those who manage to go with 2 principal passes, they are only around 68,000. Yeah, so the drop. So now the researchers, we are questioning, we are asking. And that's why the government is encouraging vocational training. Like now, we want you to begin learning computer at your age. We want you to, that's why there is Bridge Institute of Information Technology.
So
when you are in
that
holiday, you go and study as a child.
So which means you have put that Bridge Institute, is it found in Kabunda?
Yes, oh, you know it.
Yes.
Yeah, so you like you want to innovate, there is what we call innovation hub. So you go and explore, you enter the computer, and then you want to do things, you go and begin, innovating, then you really find, you can find solution. You can decide, there is what we call e-learning. You just go and learn from other libraries of the world. You go to America, you learn, you go to China, you learn, you go everywhere. So it means that's what technology has done.
Okay, so what is your view on parents escorting their children to school and from school in case they are going on border?
Oh my God, as I was entering here, I was in shock. A man, a father, a mother with a baby, and then there was another young boy in front, and they were all on one border. I saw it as I was coming. I just said, my God, what is this? And you are trying to save money, but you are risking
Your
life for the whole family. Now that is really something which we need to fight. That's why we thank the private schools who have introduced the bus services. Like now they go around, I see them, as they go as far as Rutete, they go deep collecting children and bringing them to school. So there is something new coming up, and then that is reducing on the borders. Because we have to find solutions. But at the same time, we need those parents to know that it is very risky moving on a border like that.
And also there is this point where if a parent doesn't go to the school or from the school with a child, and then the border man, some border men are bad guys, so they end up kidnapping those children. Then they send a letter to their parents that if you don't pay this amount of money, you'll receive the head. So what is your point on solving that?
Well, I think that even used to happen. Actually, it happened here in Fort Bottom. It was so unfortunate. But one is that we must, first of all, tell the children not to move with anyone they don't know. Yeah, because you must get to know somebody who picks you and drops you.
So I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
yes.
Is it true that the government released that there is no child who is below 12 years to go on a motorcycle alone?
I'm not sure about that. Maybe I'll have to find out because I haven't read that.
Okay.
Where did you find it?
Actually, they released it on TV that there is no child who is below 12 years to go on a motorcycle alone.
Hey.
They should go with a person who is above 12 years.
Okay. I didn't know about that, but I will find out.
Okay.
So, these children, okay, like, what if there is a football field and then the ball like flies over the fence onto the road? The children don't want to stop playing, so they go and say, from the road to the football field, it's a long distance and we're running out of time. So instead, they end up playing their football on the road. Then on the sides of the road, they place their shoes and
very
call them
dangerous.
goals. So
Does that
what
really
advice?
happen? Does that really happen, or you are imagining?
So,
what advice would you give to such children?
That's
to add on that,
yes.
you find like there are some children who are racing, either cycling or on the road. There are some of them either who run on the road, playing on the road. Some of them they play dodging on the road. Some of them they start kicking the ball on the road, without knowing that there are very many vehicles which are bypassing on that road, and it can be a main road. It's very common. So in a small town, you can find like there are very many children playing without knowing that there are lorries, there are cars, there are motorcycles which are bypassing. So they race, they play the way how they want, without knowing that that's a very big risk of life. So how can the government do, what can the government do to overcome it?
Well, firstly, the government is people. There are LOCs in every area. They are also parents. They are also mature people who can guide. So first of all, you should never allow a child to play on the road. That is very dangerous.
Okay, I'm sorry to
can't
interrupt you
allow
again,
that.
but there are some parents who are also ignorant. Like the children ask the parent, like, please mommy, please daddy, can I go play with my friends? Without knowing that their children are going to play on the road. But then if like the father or mother, they allow, the child just goes without informing to inform the parent where they're going to play from, and also the parent doesn't want to know where they're going to play from. So what advice can you give?
You know, you are saying, do you know the word parent?
Yes.
Parent means what?
A person who loves you, of course.
Yeah?
A person who loves you.
Yeah, but you see, you have to be responsible. If I produce my boy, then I must make sure my boy is safe. You cannot tell me that you want to go and play and I don't ask you where and playing with who. So a parent must know that my child has to be protected at all times. But also, you as a child, you must learn how to survive. You know, you should not leave everything to the parent, to government. You must also know that it is also my duty as a child to survive. I can't take risks and go to do all sorts of crazy things. Like when I was a child, I was swimming in a River Mpanga. Now, this River Mpanga used to be bigger than this you see today.
And deeper.
Yeah. So, but during the dry season, we would go and swim as little children. But now, one of my neighbors, she was working in Mpanga market. She saw me and then she first beat me. Said they should never go back to that water. And then also she reported me at home. I was beaten twice. Even when I reached home, they beat me. You go. But now, after like 2 weeks, the water level moved up and the 2 children died. So he would have died. You see? So sometimes you have to understand that also you be careful. But of course, as a child, you are innocent. Sometimes you don't know the dangers. But now you have to be conscious and say, this thing will lead me into problems.
Okay, thank you very much. Dear viewers, let us first go for a short break.
Kasinema nibaturora, radio nibatuhura, tukaruga toro. Yo muli mutabakayo banyesere Titan Uganda mzine nzaro ya toro. Ola Western Connect with Swabri Kiss and Prize. 4TV. Watarugaho.
Kasinema nibaturora, radio nibatuhura, tukaruga toro.
Fort TV, stay entertained. Fort TV, stay entertained.
Welcome our dear viewers from that short break. So I would like to remind you again that we are proudly sponsored by Nyamata Collections. They are dealers in gowns, traditional wears, council for hire, traditional wear jewelry. They're also dealers in party bags, wristbands, wedding and engagement rings. So also you can watch us via on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Afromobile, and on online channels. Fort Kids Talk Show is there every Sunday at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. So you can download Fort TV on the App Store or on the Google Play. So I'm Murungi Joy, the host of today's program, and Muhimba Christian is my co-host of today's program. So I would like to continue with this program.
So, I have another question.
Yes.
How are you fighting to prevent children from dying on the roads? Like, when they are being knocked by cars,
you see the last Sunday we have the Bishop Charles Gonza Trust, which road safety, which carries campaigns. You know, the bishop died on the road. Yeah, that was some time. And now every year we have to do campaigns to prevent death on the road. And now we have, first of all, like there are people who are stealing signposts, vandalizing. You know, they sell them as scrap. These people are terrible. So these signposts are supposed to show people that children are crossing, and you come and steal it. That is very bad. So we need people to be vigilant. We've been running road safety campaigns in schools to go and talk about road safety to children. And I think we should start the clubs. Do you have wildlife clubs? Do you still have clubs?
Yes.
In your school? Do you have scout?
Yes.
Because I was a scout, and that gives you good life skill. When you are a scout, it teaches you how to love your country, how to love people, and then how to get life skills that are very important, how to survive. So we have to be responsible. We teach people. We radio campaigns. Then we do roadside meetings, because there are these roadside markets.
But
yes.
sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
But on that point of holding campaigns, you might end up holding a campaign during the holidays. And you know, as children, how we are attracted to cartoons, and we don't want anything to do with the news. And the parents leave the TV to the children. So, how can the children be informed when it comes to holidays?
So maybe I can also ask you mean those cartoons, they don't have messages?
They do.
They don't tell you how to be careful, or they just tell you how to go and die?
They
do. Because I see those cartoons fighting, what?
But there are some of them which tell us how to keep safe on the road.
They are there.
Yes, they are there.
Yeah. So that is one way. Actually, we do graphic designs in Bridge Information Technology, where we can make cartoons.
Wow.
Yes, the program. So I think we need to see how do we create these cartoons that can give messages. But remember, majority of the children don't stay in homes of TVs.
Oh, but
yeah. So majority of the children, actually, 90%, they don't have TVs at home.
Okay.
So it means when you do these campaigns, you must go physical.
Okay, Mr. Alex. So, what inspired you to join the politics?
To join politics?
Yeah.
It is the vision. The vision. I wanted to see how we can transform Fort Portal, because I was in research. I headed the East African think tank, and then I moved to African think tank, and then I became also the president of the global think tank on community development in Scotland. That's where I'm the head office. So I had done a lot. I knew how the world moves.
And
so I said I
point,
should come and share this wisdom with the people. That's why I joined politics.
About that point,
Yes.
so how do you still see the vision now?
Well, I think before you were born, I think 2010, were you born?
No.
2010?
Yes.
You were born?
Yeah.
That you were how old?
13. When I
2010.
when I was 2010.
In 2010, how old?
That was the year I entered the world.
Now you see. Now that time I told the people, Nikisoboka Fort Portal Kuba City. I said it is possible for Fort Portal to become a city. So I came with the vision of showing people that we should work towards a city. And now you are just going to be born that time, and this one was not yet born, and now today we are in Fort Portal City.
So
now this means that we have worked, towards the dream, and of course we still have a lot to do.
do you refer young people to join politics?
Yeah, but you have to train by being a leader in your school, because it is you can't just come and jump into politics.
So if you have ever been a leader at school?
Yeah, you are asking questions very fast, my dear, because I am encouraging. First, you have to be active in school. Like now, for instance, you have come here, you are being trained. Now imagine you are asking questions, you are being confident. Now it means by the time you reach 20, you'll be an expert, so you are already into it, you see. So the leadership is a process. It doesn't come just because even there are rules. If you want to be an MP, you must be above 18. So you cannot just jump as a child and become an MP. But you will just have to get through training, mentoring, and now you can see if you must get to know somebody you love and say, I want to be like that one. So when you are still younger, you get what they call a role model, a person you want to be like.
Okay, so is it true that in 2007 you were the president of the IACD?
Yes, I have told you. I was that is called International Association for Community Development, and I was the president. That's a global think tank. So they appreciated my works, my research works. Yeah, because they tell people you can be here in Fort Portal, but you think for the world. You can innovate something for the world. So it doesn't matter. You don't need to go to Kampala or to be in Paris or to be in New York for you to come up with an idea that can make the world respect you. You can only sit here and you innovate and the world will get to know you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
And this question might end up to be funny or it might not be funny, but when are you
I love
taking,
every question.
when are you taking us to Parliament to discuss from there?
When your parents say you are ready, because you know it involves logistics. Yeah, you have to get transport to go to Kampala. Then you must have meals. You must have where to sleep. And then when all that is done, then you tell me. Then I will just take you immediately to Parliament.
I already have. That is sorted.
Yeah, if that is sorted, it's a matter of giving me the time. Yeah, so you go and prepare yourselves. Then you let me know.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
before you said that the part of advising the children about playing on the road. So, are you going to be also informing them that it's also a risk? It's also a risk to be like to pretend like a blind person on the road.
Yeah, like there are these games that children play where they close their eyes and then they start acting like as if they know where they're going. They close their eyes and feel the vibration.
That is very dangerous. But that one you do it when you are in your compound at home. You can't do it on the road because anything to do with the public transport or movement outside home. But even at home, you cannot close your eyes and you hit your head on the wall. You have to know that I can only close my eyes in an area that is not going to hurt me. But we used to play games when we for us we used to go to the well to fetch water.
Okay, so what's the government plan on promoting the education in schools?
The education.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I think when we started, I told you what we need now. First of all, now we change of curriculum. Because the kind of teaching, the education, it was not giving innovation like this guy was saying. The people are just studying to pass exams. That's not right. You must study to understand. Yeah? Because your brain needs to know. That's why when you go to study, then you must know. If you don't understand, you must ask the teacher.
But there are these teachers, like sometimes, I'm giving an example.
Yes.
When you go to them and you ask them, teacher, I haven't understood this. They ask you, where were you? Weren't you in class? You're stupid, go away.
What? My God, then that one doesn't qualify to be a teacher. You report to the headmaster.
But the good thing is that in my school, none of them do that.
But how now did you know about that?
Like I said, I was giving an example.
You see, you are very imaginative. You create many things in your head, but it is not right. Actually, you are right. Some teachers can be very rude to children, but you see, for me, like I have memories of those teachers in primary, those who beat me so bad. Oh my God, they used to cane us. For you, you are lucky. For us, we suffered, they would beat us. But you see, then I recall, oh, this teacher beat me so much. But you see, then I can say, the other one beat me for nothing, then I can't even forget that one. So I think teachers have to be careful, because you see, you are handling children, but they are going to grow up, and then they have to appreciate you. To say, oh, this teacher was so good to me, I have also to pay back, I have to be so nice to this teacher. So sometimes when you are teaching, you have to be careful. I think I have actually meetings with teachers, I share with them this, and I'm also a patron of the head teachers of primary schools in the city here. I'm also the patron of the secondary schools in the city here. So I am very, very passionate about education, and I want, like she was saying, see the new curricula that makes the students practical.
I'm sorry to
To
interrupt
learn
you.
and not be theoretical.
Yeah, like
But
science. That is the
There
best part.
is, are you seeing any, what are the uses of public speaking to young children? Because first in Media Club we do have public speaking lessons. So do you think there are any uses?
Yes, because the public needs to be informed. Now, if you have the skill, like now you are doing, other children, they can come here and fail to ask me questions. They can come and begin looking down, they are shy. But now you can see that you are already being trained. Even you are asking me, you look in my eyes and you are not fearing. That is a technique, you see, because when you want to get to know something, you see somebody direct in the eye. You see? And when you go for interviews, you will pass them with flying colors because you are confident. So people must be trained how to speak. And that is what now you're going through. So I think this is a very good program.
But
I have loved it.
there are some children, like when you're in school, let's say you're already in candidate class, but you need that public speaking thing because when you grow up, you might become a president or you might become an MP like you, and then you have to inform the general public. But because of class issues, you're missing notes and you don't want that. So they quit public speaking, they go and continue on their classes. So how can you encourage such children to join these media clubs and also learn public speaking?
Yes, I think I will begin with the parents. They must encourage the children to join clubs. They must also find some resources to make these children tour. Like you go to see animals in the park. You go to learn about your environment, because you must go outside the classroom and learn new things. Now, when you join the club, you are meeting children from different schools. Then you are in a debating club. Then you compare, you begin seeing the other one is sharper than me. My God, I must go and improve. You go and say, my God, this one has a nice language, command of language.
Most children don't say that. They just become jealous of you, make you feel bad.
My God.
Then also you said, this is a waste of time. Let me quit it.
Oh dear, never. First of all, me, I love when people are jealous about me. I just love it. Because I know that now I'm doing something better. They are now jealous. You see, the moment you are there and then people are not jealous about you, then it means there is nothing special you're doing.
Yeah.
So you must just make people jealous. You continue doing your best. You don't fear and say, let me leave because people are jealous. When you do that, you are your own enemy. Because you will not grow. You can never live to please people.
Okay, Mr.
Because if you
Hans.
go to please everybody that they want me to be like this, let me be, then you are not going to be a leader. Then you are not going to be an innovator. Yeah, but you see, innovators, they are those who just go out even when people just feel bad about them, but they know what they want. They know something is good for society. It is good for me, and they go for it.
Okay, thank you very much. That was very nice advice. So before we wind up this program, Mr. Alex, had you ever been hosted by a young person of 10 years like me?
No, actually, I am really mesmerized. I'm just saying, wow, these young ones are really good. And it has never happened, but I'm so happy.
Okay, so
I have loved my engagement with you.
So what comes in your mind
in my mind.
Yeah.
That there is a future, a bright future. Because now we have sharp brains. Yeah, young ones who are confident. So I feel so happy about it.
So
And I'm sure.
What do you see in the future to come?
The future. You see, the future is tough. First of all, there is what we call climate change.
that is actually a point I would like to say.
You see?
Did you know that Africa, our continent,
Yes.
it produces the least amount of carbon,
Of
carbon emissions,
Yes.
but it's getting the most effect.
Yes, of course.
Okay,
I
then.
have been at the fight about that. We are fighting. We are asking all those carbon emitters. They must pay. They must pay for the damage they are doing to the universe. So we have been pushing for that. And the carbon trade. Now we are doing carbon trade such that our forests, which are removing the carbon from the atmosphere, we are paid for that. So we are fighting. We are saying we can't be least polluters, and then we receive the biggest damage. But now that's why when she was saying about a bright future, it means that we now have to prepare these young brains to confront these big problems, because it means now we are nurturing you. Such
So-
that when you grow, you are growing with solutions to the big challenges ahead.
So this question might be a bit challenging.
Yes, I love challenging questions.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So how ready are you going to help me build up my career?
Your career
Yeah.
I'm very prepared, because I come to your meetings when you invite me. I will be your guest when you ask me, and at the same time when you want my mentoring skills to pass on, then you contact me and we share. We can find a way of sharing. So I think through your club, we can find a way every time to share on these issues that can make you grow into a very responsible person of the world.
So
Thank
do
you very much for
Do you
what you have
have
told us.
any regards to send to anyone?
Firstly, I want to send regards to the parents who are watching, and your children, your sisters, and all the children out there who are watching this program. I want to send regards. I send regards to the people who are the viewers of 4TV, and I want to thank the management of 4TV for thinking about children, because it is the children that creates a bigger, brighter future. You are the pillars of the future and the generation. So there is what we call generation handover, generation knowledge sharing, generation knowledge building. So now, like, I'm now 52, so you can see you are 10. Now 10 is one generation, 20 another generation, 30 another generation, 40 another generation, 50. Now it means there are 4 generations below me. Now you must learn how to share knowledge backward. And you can now see that I have jumped all those generations, and I have started from the bottom 10. Yeah, that is very good.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much for what you've told us. Dear viewers, I hope that you stay tuned, and I hope that you have loved this program the way we have enjoyed it. So this is the end of our program for TV. So I would like my guest, my co-host here, to send his greetings as well.
I would like to send my greetings to all my family members, my mother, my brother, my grandmother, and aunties and uncles, and also my siblings. I'd like to send my regards to the teachers who are watching me at school. I'd like to send my regards to my trainer, Ategeka Richard, and to everyone who is viewing. Thank you for viewing.
I'm sending my regards to my mom, my aunt, my siblings, my grandparents, my whole family, okay? And all the people who are watching for TV, all the programs which are on for TV right now, all of them that are there today and any other day. I would like to send my last greetings to you, viewers of 4TV and Kids Talk Show. So this is the end of our program. So I would like to say 4TV, stay entertained.